My goodness, do we have a good one today. Let's go ahead and get this started off. We are talking today about the movie I Saw the TV Glow, which premiered in January at the Sundance Film Festival, and it's been kind of floating around and waiting for its release date, and it just got released this last week. Now, first of all, this is an A24 film. So right there, you know, yes, this is going to be a great movie. It's going to be fresh. It's going to be, I like to say, a certified banger with A24. They make certified bangers. And I can tell you without question, they do it once again with this film. Now, I still need to give it kind of a second watch through. So I don't know if my feelings are a bit over-exaggerated or under-exaggerated. I'm just going to cut to it right now. I walked out of this movie thinking it was 10 out of 10 amazing. I was speechless. My jaw dropped. I was so confused. I had questions. I instantly wanted to go rewatch it. I wanted to go look up theories. I wanted to go look up ending explains, all the everything. It was one of those movies. But I will say, because we are keeping it spoiler free, it is a little tough to talk about this movie without spoiling stuff, because it revolves so heavily around this mystery. So the movie follows our two main characters, Owen and Mandy, who are two friends that meet in school, and they start watching this show together on Saturday nights called The Pink Opaque. Mandy was the first one to watch The Pink Opaque, and she was really the big one to be hooked on it, and she was kind of spreading it to other people. So she shares it with our character Owen, and he comes over for a sleepover because it comes on at 10:30 at night, and they watch an episode together, and he's hooked on it. And he watches this show every week now. He can never miss it. He wants to watch all the past episodes. You know, it's like getting hooked on a new TV show. It's good. I would say there's other characters in the movie, but come to think of it, I don't know if there are actually. It kind of just revolves around Mandy and Owen. Yeah, so the whole movie revolves around the show, The Pink Opaque, and kind of the mysteries in and outside of the show. And the mystery is kind of a blurred reality, I would say. Okay, yeah, this is just really hard to talk about without spoiling anything. So the big premise is you got the Pink Opaque TV show. Mysteries are happening, and in the trailer you see someone with a head and a TV screen. So you know shit's going down, basically. And I really don't want to say any more than that because I don't want to spoil anything. Because I went in so fresh to this movie that I think that's also what helped it be so good, is I had no clue what was going on. So I was trying to there was so much happening and so much depth. I was like, oh, like trying to grab each piece of the mystery. That's a better way to put it. And kind of piece the puzzle together as I was watching the movie, but I was struggling a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and plug this one into the Saucy Opinion meter. This is tough. This is tough. You might call me crazy on this, but this might be my favorite movie of the year right now. It's so good. It's so good. I think if you're like me and you love indie horror, A24, and I called it YouTube like miniseries horror, where it's that kind of independent, just YouTube horror. You're gonna love this movie as much as me, and you're gonna be sitting here like, shoot, is this an extreme? Because that's what I'm sitting here doing. No joke, the last 5 minutes of the movie, I just sat in the theater with my hands over my head, just like, no, like this, it can't end like this, no way, stop it. All the puzzle pieces connect so fast, and it's so good. Fuck, do I put it at extreme? Okay, we're gonna do it. I don't know anything I hated about this movie. There was nothing I disliked. It was a great pace. It wasn't long. It was gosh, it was just so good. So we're gonna do it. We're plugging this one into the sauce meter here, and it's getting the first extreme on the My Saucy Opinion. Woo! I never thought it would happen. I never thought the day would come. We finally got an extreme rating. I almost don't want to give it because I want to say it's just really, really spicy. But I'm not just going to withhold movies from extreme forever, because then there will never be an extreme movie. And the only thing I didn't like about this movie is the ending was left to your interpretation, which ate me up inside in the best way. Because it ended in such a good way that I oh God, it just ate me up inside in such a good way. So yeah, we're gonna give this the first extreme. I might wake up tomorrow morning and say, you know what, it's really just a spicy movie, but what's done is done. I've said the words. It's set in stone now. Okay, so I'm filming this the day after seeing the movie, and I can confirm it hasn't dropped at all in terms of how much I've liked it. It's almost grown more. I rewatched the ending of the movie, and it spun my head even more in I struggle to say this because I felt I was frustrated at the end of the movie, but in the best kind of way. I wanted to be able to jump through the screen and make a decision for the main character, or I don't know. I sat there feeling so helpless, there's no way this is the end. My mind is blown. This can't be the end. I haven't lost any of that hype at all. I think I'm gonna keep carrying this hype. I already want to go rewatch it in the theaters to see if I can find more Easter eggs and stuff like that. I don't know. It's just so good. Everything about it was great. Yeah, so it's staying at extreme for sure. This is the first extreme on the My Saucy Opinions, and it's gonna stay there. It was done so perfectly because you're left wanting so much more, but you know you aren't gonna get more. So it's just done in such a great way. You have to go see this movie. You have to. This might be my favorite movie of the year right now. I'm gonna go out and say it. A24 killed it with this one. I'm always so excited to see what A24 puts out. I will always support A24. They're an amazing studio. They also just started working on a new movie with The Rock, where he's a fighter. And they released the first photo, and he doesn't look like Dwayne The Rock Johnson. It's looking like it'll be a good movie. And it's A24, so you know it's going to be a good movie. It'll be exciting to see what they're able to produce with The Rock. A24 is great. Okay, this is Future Ben tuning out. Back to the video. Okay, I'm sorry. I gotta talk about this movie a little bit. So we're gonna dive into spoilers a little bit here. If you don't want any spoilers, get out of here. So how we're gonna do this, I'll do a quick little overview, and the stuff I have questions on, I think I'll just kind of point it out. He watches the show with them for the first time at the sleepover, and then he watches it for 2 years, and he doesn't really see Maddie. She just kind of slips him the episodes of the tapes, because he is not allowed to watch it because it comes on at 10:30 at night and his bedtime is 10:15. So after 2 years of this, he kind of meets up with her again, and she goes, "Hey, do you ever wonder if is this real? Does the show ever feel more real than real life?" Or something like that. And it's oh, weird question. Okay. And then she asks if he wants to run away with her. And he says yes, but he gets himself out of it. Maddie's gone for 8 years. He doesn't see her for 8 years. And so he's going through his life now, you know? And then Maddie shows up again and goes we really need to talk this time. Spills all the beans on him. Says that the show is real life, that he is one of the main characters, and that he's currently dying and he needs to wake up so he can survive and defeat Mr. Melancholy, who basically looks like the molester moon emoji. It's crazy. And so Ice Cream Man, terrifying. The moon, terrifying. The twins who were doing the like dance thing, terrifying. Everything was just really eerie and creepy, but you couldn't quite like put your finger on why. So she was like, "Oh, do you remember the finale episode?" And he goes, "The finale? No, I don't think so," or something. And she gives it to him, or I think he already has it, and he goes and rewatches it. And the two main characters get their hearts taken out, and they're getting buried alive by Mr. Melancholy or something like that. And so they're like, they're gonna die. Maddie tells him that she paid some dude to unintentionally bury her alive. Like, the dude didn't know he was burying her alive. And then she like woke up in the TV show realm or whatever when she crawled out of the coffin and found their hearts that were taken out, but knew business wasn't done, so she re-drank the like midnight juice that sends you back to our world, which is supposedly the fake world. And so she went back to try and save Owen as well and bring him back before he dies and gets buried alive. And so you're kind of, I don't know, it's a big information dump. In the theater, I wish I had a notepad or something. There was so much information going on. And so after all that, you're like, holy crap, wait a minute. Is the TV show real? Hold on, this is kind of strange. Because after watching the finale episode, and there's a couple puzzles that connect, I read online that throughout the movie, he has no spot. He has no place in the world. He's very empty and hollow, like he's missing something, aka his heart in the TV show, because he's from the show, and he like doesn't have a heart or whatever. So there's a lot of connecting metaphors that make you think the TV show is real. But to get to the TV show, you have to bury yourself alive. So hence you kill yourself. So it's kind of this great dilemma in the movie of what do you do? He decides not to bury himself alive with her. Maddie goes on her own. I believe we don't know what happens to her, because Owen supposedly had to go back so season 6 could start. But even though Maddie went back, the show never kept going. There was no, you know what I mean? Oh my gosh. And then 20 years go by. 20 years. We see our boy Owen, who's old now, but he's not like, it's weird. By the timeline, he would be maybe 35, maybe, but he looks old. And so he works at like Chuck E. Cheese now, but it's not Chuck E. Cheese. If you notice, all of the arcade games, it's like a Mr. Melancholy claw machine, like the Twins arcade game. Like they were all themed around stuff from the show. And that's one thing where I'm like, hold on, is Owen not noticing this? Is this here? Like there's something strange is going on here. So he's old and he's working there, and they're doing a birthday party. And all of a sudden, in the middle of the birthday party, he just screams out, "This is fake. This is not real. Like, the TV show is real, and like I'm dying, and I need to get back before I die," basically, kind of thing. And it's very kind of blood curdling and frightening. And he does it again, but there's probably 30 people in this like birthday party with him. Not a single person reacts. No one does anything. They actually like freeze in time. Like everyone goes complete frozen. And he's just kind of looking around like, what the F? And that's what I was thinking too. I was like, what the F is going on? it shows him walking out of the arcade, and he's apologizing to everyone for what just happened, even though no one reacted and no one even saw or cared. And even when he's apologizing, no one's acknowledging him. No one's going, hey, don't worry. No one's saying anything. So constantly this whole time in the background, there's this sound of you assume it's our main character struggling to breathe. I wasn't sure if it always matched up with his breathing though. That's why I say assume. I took it as it was the other version of him in the TV show that was suffocating. And so you were hearing like the dirt's like getting piled on now, like you're done for. And so he wasn't able to breathe because he was out of time on getting back to the other world. Oh my God, that's right. Before he leaves the arcade, he cuts his chest open and you can see like, I assume just TV inside him, kind of implying that he is the TV show, if that makes sense. And he's like, not a real person, but like, he's not, like he's the show. So after he rips himself open and you see inside his chest and you're like, oh, okay, so this is 100% TV. You think it shows him walking around the arcade apologizing to people, and the movie just ends right there. And so you're sitting there like, nah, like stop, no effing way. Like I need answers. But do you need answers? Cause yeah, I don't know, you can interpret it so many ways. Is he stuck there forever and he died and he suffocated? Did he finally realize that he is TV and he is now headed to his grave behind the football field to bury himself alive and go back to the TV world? There's so many avenues and angles, and I think that's what makes this movie so good. And gosh, I just had to talk about it a little bit. Man, how freaky was the scene with him and his head in the TV set? Oof, that was a little unsettling. And a last little note, I thought it was a cool touch that when he was older and rewatched the show was completely different. Kind of like, I thought that was more implication of, oh shit, dude, like get out of here now. I don't know, it was just so good. It's so good. Thank you all for watching another episode of My Saucy Opinion. We'll have more coming out this week and next week. You're good. I was literally saying, thank you all for watching My Saucy Opinion. Hello from future me again. So while editing this video, I realized when Mr. Melancholy in the finale is talking to the chick while she's getting buried, he shakes a snow globe, and inside the snow globe, it shows our main character trapped in the real world. So if you needed any more proof that the real world is the fake world and he needs to get back to the TV world, there you go. Oh my goodness. That was kind of funny. Post-disaster. Thank you all for watching this episode of My Saucy Opinion. I really hope you get a chance to go out and see this movie. It is so, so, so good. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.